Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to the channel. Sarah here. We're going to do a layered spread for you today for the third week of July 2025. Keep in mind, Pisces, this is just a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you're interested in having a personal reading done by me, you can visit my website at lionessmoonintuitivetarot.com, and all the information on how to obtain that will be over there. All right, Pisces, let's get started. This is for the third week of July. Responsibilities 2025. Ooh, well, I'm not taking all of these, so I'll take the top one. We've got holding back. There's holding back on responsibilities. There's irreplaceable showing up. Absence. Somebody who is in your absence realizes that you're irreplaceable. You're feeling a responsibility to self-love, loving yourself before getting yourself committed right now. So you don't want to regret making a regretful decision. The shadow side card is the equivalent of the devil, so there may be something to do about trying to prevent getting into a codependency. And the overall arching theme is secrets. So somebody is holding back something, okay? Now I'm seeing here that there's somebody who, well, here's what I've got, okay? You feel responsible for somebody here. You may already be in a codependency. You may be in a codependency with somebody who you don't really trust very much. And secrets is showing up and holding back is showing up. So just be aware that if you feel like you don't trust somebody, you may be onto something, okay? Now, what I'm seeing here is that you are realizing that you have a responsibility to love yourself, even though you're in this committed relationship. You sense that there's somebody that's holding back from you, but you do love whoever this is, and you see them as being irreplaceable. And you don't want to regret. Here's the problem is that what I'm seeing here is that you don't want to regret getting yourself caught up in a codependent commitment, but you also don't want to regret feeling like you're letting go of somebody who you will miss very greatly if you let go of them. So that's a bit of a conundrum to be involved in here, Pisces. So let's get your next layer. We've got reflection, jumping out. That one this one too, your cards just want to flip right over. Wish come true. Flexibility. Progress. People skills. Opportunity. Power position. New life, the overall arching theme. Education. So there's something that you may be developing people skills. We do see education there. We're going to revisit that again. That is the overall arching theme of this. So some of you may be getting an education, a formal education, or you may be educating yourself on something to do with this connection. But it could be an actual education, because I do see people skills here. It's almost like there's something that I don't know if you're in the process of developing skills, social skills, that you didn't already have before, or this is just something that's maturing in you. But it looks to me that as your social skills mature, you're going to start reflecting on something to do with what it is that you think you want here, or something that you really have always wanted, and this opportunity is going to come in. Now, this opportunity that's going to come in that has something to do with a wish that you have been trying to make come true, so manifest, is going to come towards you, and you are going to be the one who's in the power position to go for this. And it looks like changes in your life are going to have to be made in order to go for this new opportunity. And it may have to do with other people in your life, okay? Now, whatever this is going to allow you to make the progress you need to make to move towards a new life, okay? So whatever it is that you've been involved with, it looks like it's almost like you're kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this right now, and I don't even know how much I trust it. But then it looks like you've got something else coming in that's going to allow for you to move towards a new life. And I don't know, as we're going to pull out the tarot, if that means that in order to move on to this new life, you have to leave something else behind. And it could be a secret keeper. All right, can we get the tarot? We've got the King of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse. The Sun. The Four of Wands in reverse. The Three of Wands in reverse. The Eight of Wands in reverse. And the Ten of Swords. The overall arching theme is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So the Six of Pentacles in reverse has to do with somebody taking. That's my taker card. Somebody who takes more from a connection than they give. Like lack of reciprocity is 100% how I read that. But it's like literally the taker. I'm going to take as much as I can from you as I can. And whatever this is leads to a painful ending. Okay, the Ten of Swords is in the upright. Painful ending, not painless ending. If it was in the reverse, it would be painless ending. And it could be due to secrets. Okay, so we've got the King of Swords showing up in the upright here. There's something about making an impartial decision here. Now, it may have to do with coming to terms with there being some level of brokenness. And it's either somebody who you're dealing with that's in this energy, or you're in this energy, or you both may be in this energy of having grown up in dysfunction, a dysfunctional, familiar, you're familiar to dysfunction, which I think most people must be familiar to dysfunction, right? I think that's a normal thing. I guess it just depends on the degree of the dysfunction that you are conditioned to. But whatever this dysfunction is, it causes serious emotional dysregularity. So what I'm seeing here is that whatever this is has caused it. I'm seeing that there's you may be lacking foresight moving forward in this connection. So what I'm getting here is that you're trying to make the most appropriate discernment, the most impartial decision moving forward with regard to what it looked like. Based on the first layer, I could already see that there was something that you were on the fence about. And now I'm seeing that there's some sort of dysfunction that's either causing emotional dysregularity in you, or you're dealing with somebody who's emotionally dysregulated, or you're mirroring each other. Whatever this is, it is causing you to feel like you're not making proper future, you may not be considering your future with this person, and how it's actually causing you a serious regression. Now, I'm also getting here that, like I said, this dysfunction and this Ten of Cups in reverse, it's almost like you've only ever understood there to be dysfunction, and so you may be hoodwinked into believing that this is your happiness. I am totally happy in this energy, But really, this person is keeping a secret from you, and there is some sort of painful ending here that I see in you not making necessarily the appropriate the appropriate discernment moving forward. And not only that, I'm also getting that whoever this is may be taking from you too. So we've got an energy of unequal give and take here. So a lack of reciprocity. You may be dealing with a chronic taker who causes you to feel like you've regressed in some way, because you've been conditioned to dysfunction and you believe that this dysfunction makes you happy. So we're going to get your next layer out, Pisces. What is the next layer for Pisces? False person is the first card out. Courthouse. Uh-oh. Coffin. There's main person showing up as masculine, main male. Please don't get too hung up on the genders, though. We do have mountain, bridge. Interesting. That's interesting because I was looking at the Three of Wands and I was like, that always does mean bridge a gap, and now bridge is on top of it. So thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Somebody's bridging a gap. So this could be somebody who you're in no contact with. Now we see main person feminine here. So we've got both the masculine and the feminine out. And we've got garden. And we've got mature woman showing up here. There's something about making the most mature decision here. Somebody's trying to hoodwink you in some way. There's somebody who's not being completely honest. We've got secrets. We've got false person showing up. There is some sort of mountain that you have to climb here. It's going to be a rough hurdle here. Or it has been a rough hurdle. I'm getting here that whatever this relationship is has not been very easy, okay? Now, it looks like if the two of you have been in no contact, this person wants to bridge a gap with you. And if they are not trying to bridge a gap necessarily, it could be that this person may want to make something more official with you here. I am getting, though, we do see main person, that it looks like there is this energy of maybe wanting to lay something to rest here. These two energies may feel like we've got main person, masculine and feminine. I don't know who's in the driver's seat here, but it does show up here that somebody wants to potentially put an end to this. And maybe wants to do it in a public place. It is showing up that this may be the most mature decision moving forward, because I was getting very strongly that whatever this connection is, whoever this is actually making you feel there's a certain level of regression almost that you're experiencing now. That means something very specific. It means that you have gotten to a certain place of maturity in your life. And when you first met this person, they pretended to be a certain way. You really believed that they were that person. But then the mask may have slipped at some point and you saw them for who they really were. And who they really were was somebody who, it looks like it's causing a lot of emotional dysregularity in either them or you or both of you. And it's causing a serious regression here. And in order to get yourself back to this mature status, it looks like you're going to potentially have to put an end to this. Okay? This may end up being done in public, or it could be publicly known. I mean, some of you may be Maybe your relationship is well known by a lot of people. You may have lots of friends, I don't know. It's showing up that there's something to do with the public here. You do have a loyal heart to this person. We're getting the last layer. This person may be your wish come true. This may be exactly what you think you want. There's something you're meant to know. The reason why something is happening, though, it's showing up as not for you. You're between worlds right now. You've got a new life. We saw that over here too, didn't we? No. Yeah, it was. New life shows up twice in this reading. You have a deep knowing about something. It may have to do with the secrets. Pisces, you are very intuitive. And we've got orphaned. You may have a deep knowing that this person's going to abandon you. There's some sort of unfinished symphony. So if the two of you are not in contact right now, it looks like there is going to be contact again. We did see that there were two cards in this position that have to do with bridging a gap. So if you're not in contact, it looks like you're going to be. You've got a loyal heart. This is something that you really want, and you're still in between worlds. So what I'm getting here is that there's something that you're meant to be understanding about your reality that's going to bring you into this more colorful, vibrant world. You're in this really gray, desolate looking space, or that's where you're coming from, and you're going into this more vibrant, colorful reality. But right now you're still in between this, so you still haven't discovered the best of what life has to offer, but you are moving towards this new life. And there's something that you already know deep down inside about this connection. And it's showing up that there's something about secrets here that's going to actually answer the question as to why it is why you chose them, or why this even manifested into your life in the first place. It could have to do with conditioned dysfunction. You may be educating yourself on this, okay? But what you're going to realize when you figure out why, that this person is not for you, and either you're going to do the abandoning, or this person is going to abandon you, and maybe that's how but it does look like it could be you walking away from this. This orphaned card is so sad, though. Like, nobody wants to do that to somebody, right? But it is showing up that you're loyal to this person. But unfortunately, sometimes we have to do also what protects us from harm. I don't want to make it sound like it's a selfish thing. Sometimes it's actually genuinely for our own safety. Okay, so let's go through all of these placements. So it's showing up that you've got a loyal heart to this person, but this person's not being a real person. They're wearing probably a pathological mask, maybe keeping secrets. When they come in to talk to you, they're not going to be completely real. I'm surprised that they're showing up as the King of Swords in the upright, to be honest. That could be you having to make the appropriate You have to make the most impartial decision for yourself. That's the thing, is that it's one of those things where it's almost like you have to try and look at because you do have a loyal heart to whoever this is. It's almost like you have to remove yourself from the situation and look at it from the most objective point of view, meaning you're not really siding with them and you're not really siding with yourself. You're just looking at it objectively and then making the impartial decision here. And you're going to be reflecting on what it is that you need to be responsible for here. And a lot of times it's about being responsible for our own safety and well-being here. But it's showing up, for some of you, this person may want to make this actually official. This could be a divorce thing too for some of you. We did see that King of Swords, and I said that it could, that's whoever this is may be actually somebody whom some of you may be actually getting divorced. I'm just going to say. So there may be a divorce happening here. I mean, the King of Swords can be a judge. And that's why I said I don't know why they're showing up as false person and the King of Swords, because I don't think it's the same person. So I thought it was you, and now I'm realizing with the courthouse card, it might be a judge. You might actually be getting a divorce. Some of you. If you're not, this is just somebody who you may end up having to separate from, because I'm seeing that there's been some sort of emotional derailment here. But okay, so we do see blessed, which is the equivalent of the star, and I see wish come true. So it's almost like it's a wish come true. Maybe that this showing up that this you're separating from this person because you don't. I'm getting that you don't really trust them necessarily. They might hold back. There's secrets. We saw false person. Like you just got to be. I'm just getting that you're not trusting them. So right now you're in between worlds. You've still got this mountain to climb to get through this dysfunctional, broken situation you've been in. You may be making friends with more people, or this may be something that you're considering starting to do. You're developing some sort of people skills, and you are taking care of yourself here. So you're moving towards this new life. You may be bridging a gap with something else. There's something that has been at a distance from you that you're bridging a gap with. There's going to be a new opportunity with whatever this is, and this could be a different person who you are going to be committed to. You may have some sort of deep knowing about this. It does look like whoever this is somebody who you're not communicating with right now. I did see that as regression from that other connection, but you are in the power position. There is this feeling of regret here, though. Let me see here. This could be the same person wanting to come in for a commitment, and you might regret it too. But you're supposed to, you're just going to understand why this relationship has to come to an end. There's something about feeling regret. I'm getting for some of you, this person may be coming in to try and make something official with you, but you're so on the fence. Like I'm just going to say, Pisces, this whole reading has been showing up as very bipolar, kind of, because I'm getting that on one end, it's like this is somebody who you really care about and you want to have in your life, and you have this loyal heart and you want to have this connection with them. But then another part of you, and it was showing up from the very first layer of your spread, is like, do I really want to get caught up in this level of dysfunction? Do I really want to get caught up in this potential codependency? So there's something you're going to understand the answer. You're going to understand something when if you decide to put an end to this, because they're not for you, about how unhappy, there's some sort of lofty ideal you felt like you had with this person that is totally unattainable with them. And it's only been happening because of the fact that you kind of bend over backwards and give them what they want. It does show up that it could be that you're irreplaceable to them because of that being in that energy, but they're not for you. And we've got main male showing up here, but main person, probably your person, is your person, period. Okay, so this is it. This person is going to realize once you say no to them, or that once you decide to end things with them, how much they see you as their happiness. They're going to understand something about your absence, and it's going to cause them to start making progress in their life. They are going to feel abandoned. That is a sad card. I don't like that. Well, it's just it just kind of tugs on the heartstrings a little bit. There is going to be a painful ending here. It may be publicly known for some of you, or you may be ending it in public. But you're moving towards a new life. And this person's going to have to face maybe both of you are going to have to face your shadow sides as a result of getting out of this connection and being able to reflect on what it actually represented in your life, okay? So there's still something that's unfinished after you, potentially it's after you have completely separated and brought yourself to a place of maturity that you hadn't been in before. And it may have to do with coming to terms with understanding the importance of reciprocity here. You're going to become educated on something, and it may have something to do with them being a bit of a secret keeper or a mask wearer. Okay, so for some of you, the education that you're getting may have to do with understanding the psychology of what was going on in this connection. Sometimes just reading books or even watching different professionals in the field on YouTube or whatever talk about these things can help you gain a new understanding on these kind of situations. So, Pisces, that is your layered reading for the third week of July 2025. Thank you so much for your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. And until I read you again, take care and bless.